Hello everyone, I am Deep Patel from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. As you all know, we were discussing about the chapter number 10, that is the refrigeration and air conditioning. In our previous two lectures, we have discussed about the two systems. One is the vapor compression refrigeration system and the vapor absorption refrigeration system. In this lecture, we are going to start our new system, that is the air conditioning system. Okay, so let us start first some basic definitions related to the air conditioning. Okay, so first definition is the refrigeration effect. So what is the meaning of refrigeration effect? So we can say that the amount of heat absorbed by the refrigerant from the particular area, that is known as the refrigeration effect. Okay. Second is the turn of refrigeration. Now, what is the meaning of this turn? When we are going to purchase any air conditioner, we said I need 1 ton AC or 2 ton AC. Now, what is the meaning of this turn? So, the turn means the refrigerating effect is produced by melting of 1 ton of ice at 0 degrees Celsius in 24 hours. Okay, that much amount of heat is known as 1 ton of refrigeration. Okay. Next is the air conditioning. So basically how the refrigerator and air conditioner are different. So what is the meaning of air conditioning? Air conditioning includes not only cooling but also the temperature, humidity and air movement and air cleanness. Okay, all these terms are related with the air conditioning. In the refrigerator we have to maintain only cooling or we have to reduce only temperature, but in the air conditioner we have to reduce the temperature, also we have to maintain the humidity, also we have to maintain the air speed and the cleanliness of the air. Okay, so these all terms are related with the air conditioning. So to maintain the temperature we need evaporator and the refrigerant. Okay, to maintain the humidity we need one component, to maintain the air speed we need one component, to maintain the cleanliness of the air we need one component. Okay, so here the components in the AC are higher than the component in the refrigerators. Okay, so that we all discuss in this lecture. Okay, so let us start with the basic elements of the air conditioning system. Okay, so first is the fan. Why fan is required in the AC? For the circulating the air or to increase the speed of the air. Next, the filter. So why the filter is required? To clean the air. Okay, because the atmospheric air is having dust particles. Okay, so to clean the air we need filters. Next is the control system. So we need control system in the air conditioner, because if we need to maintain the temperature at 20 degrees Celsius, then how the AC will recognize this and that temperature and how it will be operate. So to operate we need one control system. Then the grill. So what is the application of grill? Grill is used to provide direction through the air. Okay. Next is the tray. Why the tray is needed? Tray is needed to collect the condensed water. Okay, so this is the application of tray. Sixth is the refrigerating plant. So we all know that in the refrigerating plant there will be compressor, condenser, expansion device and the evaporator. Okay, so this is the refrigerating plant. Okay, now we are going to classify the air conditioning system. So the classification is based on three types. First is according to the arrangement of equipment. So we can classify it as a unitary system and the central system. Second, we can classify it as a according to the purpose. For what purpose we are going to use air conditioning system. So it is for the comfort AC system and it is for the industrial AC system. Now generally for the domestic purpose we are using the air conditioner, that is for the comfort conditions. Okay, But in the industries we can also use AC because to cool the machines, because when the machines are running the high amount of heat is generated, okay, and due to that the failure of the machine is occur. So for the industrial purpose we are going to use air conditioner, okay. Next is the according to the season of year. So according to the season we can classify air conditioner as winter AC system and the summer AC system. Okay, because we know that in the winter there will be a dry air. Okay, so we have to add moisture in the AC. Okay, so we can use winter AC system in the winter condition where there is a dry air. So we can increase the moisture and we can increase the humidity of the air in the winter. Also we know in the summer there is a higher humidity, so we can reduce the moisture from the air, so we can get comfortable condition. So according to the season we can use winter AC or the summer AC. Okay, so this is the classification of AC. So we are going to discuss about the window AC. Okay, so this is the typical diagram of the window AC. You all know about the window AC. Window AC is fit into the one window. Okay, now there is a small unit which is inside the room, and there is a small unit which is outside the room. Now here you can see from the figure, above the figure there is a inside and outside. Okay, so inside the room there is two component, mainly two component. First is the evaporator and the cooling coil, and second is the fan. Okay, so one is the evaporator fan and one is the evaporator or the cooling coil is placed inside the room. Outside the room the component is motor, fan, condenser and the compressor. So these are the components which are placed outside the room. Okay. Now we know the what are the processes are done in the VCRS. Okay, so from the compressor the refrigerant will enters into the condenser, then in the condenser it will condense and convert into the liquid, then this high pressure liquid is converted to the low pressure in the expansion device, and then this expansion device, from the expansion device it will enters into the evaporator. In the evaporator it will gain some heat and convert into the vapor refrigerant. Okay, so this we all have discussed in the our first lecture, vapor compression refrigeration system. So this window AC is particularly based on the vapor compression refrigeration system, because here is the four component, that is the compressor, condenser, expansion device and the evaporator tube. So all the four component is present, but here to increase the speed of the air we have provided two fan. Okay, to for the cleanliness of the air we have provided here filter. Okay, so these are the component it is add. Okay, so if you know about the VCRS system, then you can easily understand the operation of window AC. So here from the figure I am going to discuss about the operations in the window AC. So first of all you have to see in the figure that inside the room there will be a hot air. So the hot air will be comes inside the room from the filter. Okay, and it will be in contact with the evaporator tube. Now in the evaporator tube there is a very low temperature refrigerant is present in the liquid form. So what will happen? The air will makes contact with the evaporator tube. So finally in the evaporator tube the refrigerant which was in the liquid form will gain the heat from the air. So the temperature of the air will be reduced. So after that it will convert into the cooled air, and the refrigerant which was in the liquid form, after getting the heat from this air it will convert into the vapor form. Okay, so this vapor refrigerant now we going into the compressor at outside the room. Now the air which is cooled is again recirculated inside the room from this grill. So here we have provided one evaporator fan which you can see inside the room. Okay, so now we are moving towards the outside the room. In the outside the room what happens? The vapor refrigerant is going to the compressor. Now in compressor it will compress, so the pressure and temperature of the refrigerant will becomes very high. Then it will enters into the condenser. So this is the condenser tube. In the condenser it will reject the heat to the outside atmosphere. Here you can see. So the refrigerant will reject the heat outside the atmosphere. So ultimately it will convert from the vapor phase to the liquid phase. So finally in the condenser we can get high pressure, high temperature liquid refrigerant. Okay. After that it will enters into the capillary tube or the expansion device where it will be expand, and after that it will enters into the evaporator. So at the entry point of the evaporator there will be a low temperature, low pressure liquid refrigerant. So here you can see in the entry of the evaporator, low temperature, low pressure liquid refrigerant is present. It will makes contact with the hot air, then it will convert into the vapor, and finally this vapor is compressed into the compressor. So this is how refrigerant is recirculated inside the coil and the air is recirculated inside the room. So the hot air will supply the heat to the evaporator tube, then it will be cooled and then it will recirculated into the room. So this is how hot air is becomes cold air in the window AC. Okay, so this is what all about the window AC. So all description is given here. So we can say that there will be a two unit. One is the refrigerating unit in which the evaporator, condenser, compression and expansion device is present, and for the air recirculation we need fan for the condenser and for the evaporator. So next is the working, that we have already described in the diagram, that the hot air is coming from the room and is flow over the evaporator. There it will absorb the heat from the air and the moisture of the air will remove on the cooling coil surface because of the process of condensation of air. Okay, so the moisture gets removed. Now the air then again transfer into the room, that was the cooled air. Okay. So again the filter is clean the air, so we can get the clean air. Okay, and all the working I have explained in the diagram. Now next we are going to talk about the limitation of the window AC. So what are the limitation? First of all, the window AC produces a noise inside the room because the compressor is very near to the room. In the window AC we provide one window, so the compressor is very near to the room and we know the compressor is producing much noise. Second, we need one separate window to fitting the AC. Okay, so this is also one disadvantage of the window AC. So these are the some limitations of the window AC. Next we will discuss about the split AC. Okay, so let us start the split AC. So this is the typical diagram of the split AC. So from this diagram you can understand this box is showing the room. Okay, so inside the room there will be a evaporator and the cooling fan, and outside the room there is one another unit in which we fit condenser and the compressor and the capillary tube. So we can say that in the split AC there is a two unit. One is the indoor unit and second is the outdoor unit. In the indoor unit there will be a evaporator with the fan, and in the outdoor unit there will be a compressor, condenser, capillary tube and the condenser fan. Okay, so these are placed at the outside. Now the working is same as the window AC, or we can say that the working is same as the we have understand in the VCRS. What happens here? The refrigerant will be recirculated in all these four components. Okay, so first of all what happens? In the compressor there is low temperature, low pressure vapor refrigerant is present. This low temperature, low pressure refrigerant is compressed in the compressor, then it will enters into the condenser. In the condenser, this high pressure refrigerant is converted into the liquid because the condenser is placed outside the room. So it will reject its heat to the atmosphere where it will convert into the liquid form. Then this liquid refrigerant will enters into the capillary tube. In the capillary tube the pressure of the liquid will reduce, so outside the capillary tube we can get low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant. Now this low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant will enters into the evaporator. Now evaporator is placed inside the room, so the air which is in the room gets cooled when it contacts with the evaporator tube, because in the evaporator tube there is a low temperature, low pressure liquid refrigerant is present. So when the air of the room will gets contact with the evaporator tube, it will automatically condense and the temperature of the air will reduce. Okay, so we can say that the temperature is reduced and it will condense, so the moisture is also reduced, so we can control the humidity with the condensation effect. Okay, so we can say that the hot air will gives the heat to the refrigerant in the evaporator, so finally the air will get cool and the refrigerant will convert into the liquid to the vapor. Then finally this vapor refrigerant is going to the compressor, again it will compress, then condense, then the pressure will be reduced in the capillary tube, again it will enters into the evaporator, in the evaporator it will gain some heat from the air of the room and finally it is converted into the vapor, then this cycle is repeated again and again. So we can get the cooled air. Okay, so this is the simple diagram of the split AC. So the working we have already discussed in the first part, that includes the evaporator, filter, evaporator fan, grill. Okay, and in the second part, that was the outside the room. In the outside unit we provide condenser, compressor. Okay, so this is the all about the working. Now next is the what are the advantages of the split AC compared to the window AC. So first of all, the first advantage is that here the compressor is placed outside the room. Okay, so we can, the problem of the noise which was occurs in the window AC can be eliminated if we are using the split AC. So this is the first advantage, and the second advantage is that here we do not need one separate window to feed the AC. Okay, we have to drill some holes, so can easily transfer the refrigerant from it. Okay, so no window is required in the case of the split AC. So these are the advantages of the split AC compared to the window AC. Okay, so in this lecture we have discussed about the three important topics. First is the introduction of the air conditioning and how the air conditioning is different than the refrigerator. Okay. Next we have discussed about the window AC and what are the other parts is required for the window AC. Next we have discussed about the split AC. Then we have discussed about the advantages of the split AC. Okay. So this is the end of our lecture. Thank you for today.